there. So there we go. 3, 2, and 1. Well, Keith, always good to check in with you here. Welcome back. Again, you're not exactly a mayor, but how was it we got around this last time? You are hired at the pleasure of the school board who is voted in by the people, right? That's how we got
You
around
got it.
that.
That's the structure. Yep.
There we go. Okay, so you are still in a roundabout way an elected official. So we will make an exception here for Mayor's Monday at WSAU.com. Of course,
All right.
school year getting started. We're 1 week away. Teachers are back in their classrooms. What are you seeing so far from your 10,000-foot view?
Yeah. A lot of exciting things. Yeah, most of the teachers are back. They officially don't come back until Monday, but many of them have been in, this week and weeks before. We do a lot of training over the summer, whether it's, curriculum, instruction, technology, you name it, mental health. Our pupil services staff have been in. So yeah, a lot of training going on, a lot of exciting things that are going to be happening. Obviously, we passed a referendum last year, and so we've been doing a lot of planning. So we're looking forward to breaking some ground at some schools and with our new environmental learning center down at the school forest. Very exciting. We are going to be improving some communications capabilities by adding a mobile app and a few other things. I know mobile apps aren't new, but they will be for us. So we're
Right.
excited about it. We continue our work with Leader in Me and the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And this year, one of our main focuses is to help teach students, how to set and achieve challenging goals. That's one of our main themes. So that's obviously a very valuable skill. And so we're excited about that. Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, indeed. And you brought up something that I guess is news to me. So we'll go ahead and talk about it a little bit. Wausau School District mobile app. What can people expect to get out of this experience besides what I'm sure the kids are looking for, which is probably push notifications for when a snow day is declared? I'm guessing that's number one, right?
I suppose for some people that would be number one, but of course we tend to do virtual learning days, now if we can. But
Right.
yeah, I think what we're trying to do is just be where people are, right? And so letting people notify, like for instance, last year if we had, we talked about staffing and some challenges there, particularly with like bus drivers, and so we actually had to cancel some school to home routes last year, which was very frustrating for us and for the families. And so obviously quicker notification for, those timely kinds of events, and then obviously we just want to let people know all the exciting things that are going on as well. And so it's really just that more timely kind of communication right on their mobile device.
Mm-hmm. Lunch menus right there, things like that. Maybe even
I
athletic
suppose.
schedules. Yeah.
Yeah, I know lunch menus are exciting.
That is true. That is true. That was one of the better parts about school for me, if you can believe that at all. But yes, and I know the district as well for some athletic events is going to mobile or digital ticketing as well. So that's something people will have to get used to.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we had a couple of wrinkles to work out on Friday with West's huge victory over Superior, but people were very patient, and understanding, and we appreciate that very much. Again, we're just, trying to be more efficient, and so, I hope that when people see government trying to be more efficient, that's a welcome
Yeah,
point of view,
no
right?
doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. And the other thing, I've heard a couple of different school districts bring this up, but by going to this system, it actually kind of helps security because there's less cash on hand on site that has to be dealt with, chain of command to pass it off in a locked and get it in the locked box. So that actually makes things a lot easier for your staff as well.
Absolutely, and safer, right, for everybody. So agreed.
Indeed. Well, first, one of the other things we wanted to talk to you about, obviously nationwide, we're seeing teacher shortage at districts across Wisconsin. I know it's been reported down in Madison they've needed it's somewhere in the hundreds yet before school starts, or at least try to get a few of those in. Green Bay has had some of the same issues as well. You said you've been able to make it work, but your situation right now isn't perfect by any means either.
Perfect, no. But yeah, Wausau School District, very attractive to teachers, right? We offer a lot of support, good pay and benefits, great area. So there's a number of reasons that we are attractive to employees. And so we are almost full. We still have, I think, one or two teaching positions, but we were very fortunate. We hired a really nice candidate who's returning to the workforce from previous teaching assignments. So we're really happy to be able to reconnect with them. And so they're going to be in an elementary classroom coming this fall. And so, yeah, it changes daily. So I don't want to take a guess at numbers, but it's certainly a small number of teaching staff we need. But I would say, to your listeners, if anybody's interested in working in a really supportive, positive environment, and they want to, maybe work with kids or maybe don't work with kids. We have, jobs that don't work with children.
Right.
We're a great place to work. So, as is First Student, our bus contractor, we could use all the help if people are interested.
Yeah, yeah, indeed. And all those details are on the Wausau School District website. I know that you've got it right there on the homepage, and you'll take the application in just a matter of minutes, and you'll probably get a call back. I would say within a couple of days, right?
Oh, faster than that. We it's being monitored all the time, and
Sure.
we work on Indeed. So we've really expanded our search, our search parameters, our search engines, if you will. We've hired a number of people through Indeed. Our human resources staff are very helpful, very supportive, and they're out looking. So they've done some really nice work.
So I guess you're definitely saying you're fortunate right now. You don't have to be juggling around all kinds of classrooms, all kinds of student rosters for teachers right now. But
So we're
let's
ready.
say if at least for now, yeah.
Yeah.
If it were to come to that, and you were, say, a dozen teachers short for the year, how would the district have to handle that and navigate that for the start of the new year?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, if any shortages, there's a few avenues we can go. We have a number of really high quality substitute teachers who are often willing to take on a longer assignment, maybe a half a year until we get a mid-year graduate. Sometimes our recent retirees are able to put in some hours depending on their annuity status with the state. Sometimes at worst came to worst, we could merge some classes and cover with some higher class sizes, but we haven't had to do that.
So you're saying you're in a good spot right now, and again, keeping your fingers crossed that it's going to stay that way for the rest of the year.
Absolutely.
Indeed, indeed. Well, we look forward to seeing where that goes, and hopefully, we don't have to report on bad news from that anywhere down the line.
Right. No, and if there were bad news, we would use our new mobile app that's soon coming
Yes.
to let people know as soon as possible. Yeah.
Yes, indeed, indeed. One more thing before we let you go. I know there's been a lot of discussion again about the referendum and things like that. What are the projects that you have right now at the top of the list? Is there anything that maybe residents might see done uh, before the end of the year?
Oh, yeah.
If you've got something on tap.
Yeah, absolutely. We're starting, one of our major focuses is Horace Mann Middle School. We've been designing that all summer. So that could happen yet this school year. Some of the more probable early starts would be like South Mountain, Statine, Riverview Elementary schools. And again, the Environmental Learning Center down in the school forest. We're very, very excited about the opportunities that's going to create for kids when we get that done. So those are our primary. We've got some, we're talking about, designing turf at the high school, turf fields at the high school. We're making sure that what we have planned meets the needs of our coaches and our student athletes, as well as our youth sports programs and our Phi Ed teachers and anybody else that might be using, those athletic fields. So those are all, kind of first up, and then we have a whole 4-year plan to do the rest of the projects. Yeah.
And I know the school forest is certainly one that a lot of people were really interested in, because not only does it, well, it needs it. It's also something that everybody in the district uses, no matter which side, which the senior high school districts or boundaries you live within. And I'm sure that's probably something that a lot of people are even more interested in now, because we're talking about a possible new charter school. The district has just you've given your kind of blessing to it, applying for startup funding. So this is going to be a while before it could open, but that's probably something that'll be a centerpiece of that, should that come to fruition as well.
It could be, that's one possible location. But you're right. We'll back up just a second. The board just gave approval for this group of parents who came up with this idea. They were interested in an outdoor environmental charter school, primarily elementary to start. And so they did this group conducted a needs assessment and interest inventory, really. And there were a significant number of families who are interested. And so the board gave permission to write and submit the grant application. That's due midwinter. If that gets approved, then we would engage in a year of planning. And so that school could potentially open the fall of 24. The school forest would be one possible location. But that'll be part of that first year planning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and again, it's just a great asset for the district to have, and we look forward to seeing where all this goes, because as you mentioned during the meeting on Monday, because even though we don't see each other very often, I'm still paying attention to what you're doing, because that's my job, of course. What one thing you noticed you said is this just fits what we do, because we have all these different options, and this would be another great one to set for maybe another 150 to 200 kids to have this option.
You got it. Thanks for mentioning that. Yeah, one of the things we're really proud of is creating opportunities for students. And so we currently have our K-12 virtual school, which is called WAVE. We have our K-6, which is soon going to move to a K-8 Montessori school. So that's an option. We have EEA, which is really a relationship cohort based secondary school, grades 6 through 12. So we have those options already, in addition to just we're kind of a staggering array of curricular choices within our regular curriculum, right? Just I mean, we can touch almost any of the 16 work strands that someone might have an interest in. So we're very fortunate, and our students are very fortunate to have those opportunities. And this would just be one more diverse opportunity. Yeah, I'll mention, you talked about the referendum, and I pulled it up to make sure, but if folks go on our website and they go under, let me make sure I'm not taking them to the right spot here. If we go under, there's a referendum page, and if you go on there, you can click on any school or the school forest, and you can see if there's architectural plans. You can see those. There's a beautiful architectural drawing of the proposed environmental learning center on there.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. And on the other, what Keith doesn't want you to know is on the other half of that screen, he's got the shopping list for later when he's on his lunch break too.
There you go.
Well, Keith, good luck with the rest. Good luck. We look forward to a lot of great stories coming out of the Wausau School District this year, and we certainly appreciate the time as well.
Absolutely. Would you mind if I put in a little forecast?
Sure.
So this fall, I'm going to actually in September, I'm going to bring a proposed strategic plan review process to the board. And we are going to be reaching out to our staff and our community to ask them about their hopes and dreams and concerns, and take that feedback and reassess or reaffirm our strategic needs and priorities. And so if people see that, I hope they'll take advantage of whether it's in-person opportunities or surveys or virtual opportunities. We really want to hear from them, and that process will probably start mid to late September. So just a little forecast for you them.
All right. Sounds good. Well, again, we appreciate the time, and we'll look forward to chatting again in the future.
Thanks a lot, Michael. Thanks for having me.